Listen, you know what my little speech is going to be about today, but I'm going to make it real short and keep it real sweet. You know, I have a lot of hope and trust in you and for you. And I know because God promised me. He promised me when I was in the rehab trying to overcome my COVID uh, that He has His hands on you and that you're going to be okay. And I know you've been through a lot since then. But Cameron, you are going to be okay. And it's weird because yesterday, when you and Shelly were there and y'all were leaving, and I was thinking after you guys pulled out that I gotta help do for you to do better. That room that you have, I really need to be renting it out because I'm barely able to pay my rent, my mortgage this morning. You know, I pay $2,200 a month, every month for mortgage, and Uncle Kevin gives me $950 of it, and then Uncle Kevin covers other bills for me, like buying the oil. So it's hard, and I know we can't stay at Rabbit Run. I know I gotta make a move and probably move to Windsor or somewhere cheap. But anyhow, that's my issue. But I just want my kids to be okay. You know, I ask God just to make my kids okay. My health is not good, and like Dad, I'm not gonna be here for y'all for how long, I don't know, but I just want you guys to be okay. I want Ruthie to be okay, and I believe she will. I believe Carter's gonna get there, and I know you will be. But I know you got to do it different than you're doing. I know meth has got you messed up. And Cameron, you're a strong man. And I know meth is strong. And I'm going to study and research what the best way to get overcome it with you. But you got to give yourself a start. You got to do this. I don't know what Shelly issues are. I don't know if she on it too, and apparently she is. Or whether she's willing to go to rehab. And she has a job, though. That's the difference, and you don't. But you can't walk around with no job, and you can't get a job until you're sober. If you get one, you can't keep it. It's hard to get one without being sober, and it's hard to keep one until you're sober. And I know in your heart, because you already said it to me, that you want to get off this stuff. So let's work on this. Let's work on this. Let's come up with a plan that works. If it's not, rehab is the only thing I know that gives you a jump shot, a jump start. The problem is, it's just a jump start. It's not a go, go, go thing. I don't want you in drug court, and if the rate you're going, that's what you're going to end up going back to jail and have to go to drug court. I don't want that for you. Um, I know you don't just, I know you wouldn't just take from me because you give too hard to others, to me and the family, to just steal and take. But I know it's addiction. It's the addiction, and I know it is. But anyway, let's stay focused and let's stay positive. Cameron, let's come up with a plan. We can come up with it together. My recommendation, of course, is Malvern, whether it's Willow Grove or wherever, or one of the places from the other. Well, I really like the Quakertown because it's an all men facility and you can stay focused. But, and of course, then there's the ones that are co ed. It's an opportunity to meet somebody who's seriously trying to get well. But I think about you. I just think you're missing out on the beauty of life. You're going with these older women who are already had their children, and with that, you're it's one thing. You don't want to have a child until you're ready, and then when you talk about little Kiana who has three little boys who really does need someone to help her raise them, and she really has an interest, in you. But I just said it's just those boys really need and she needs someone who's going to be strong too. Nobody needs somebody who is going to come into the party with with an addiction. So I just say you gotta fight, and you gotta fight. I look at Chrissy and her husband, and I know God changes things, and you may have to give God the chance, because that's something you don't do. You don't give God a chance. I know Ruthie is broken now, so she's giving God a chance, but we gotta fight, and I don't know what the answer is, but I know there's an answer, and I know together we can come up with it. But let's get serious. Let's spend some time together to work this out. Let's do this. The reason I bought to spend $90 on your tickets to go to the bingo game was because I wanted you to get experience of being with family and doing things that the family does, and people who without strong addictions do, and have fun together. And they had a ball at the place. Um, Larry really wanted you to be there. Troy was there, and his friends and their girlfriends, or wives, or whatever they are to them. And that's, you deserve the same happiness Troy has with Digna having their third child, and Larry, he messed up with his wife, but he's happy with Natalie, and I'm happy with Natalie. And Natalie, and neither one of them need any more children, so they're fine. But you need to have your opportunity to have your child that's yours, or even adopting a child, whether it's Kiana's three little boys. One said there's twins who are 3 years old, and there's a 4 year old, or anybody. There's plenty of women out there looking for somebody to share their life with, to someone to build a new life with, to build a family with. People are out there, and you need to have that opportunity to have that future, and you can do it. And I know you can do it. So there are a couple things I want to look at. We want to look, instead of just looking for a job here or a job there, I do want us to talk about getting into a training program, where you may want to get, whether it's plumbing or whatever. Um, that when you come out, you have a skill that's going to make good money. And then we talk about doing your license, and what do you got to do to get your license back, or to get on track with a license. But and then we're going to talk about how do you fight meth each and every day. I don't know, but I know people win. The greatest winners I know, it took them $10,000 to go to Mexico, Cancun, and go through this program, which I wanted Viola to invest in Paul so bad, because that's the only way I see him free. But I don't want you to be a repeat of Paul. I want you to have your joy. You deserve it. And you're going to have it. I guarantee you, you're going to have it. But you just got to get muster up and say, okay, it's time to get out of the streets, get out of Lansdale, get out of Hatfield, get away from those Paul people. I call them the Paul people. And let's do the Cameron thing. Let's begin the Cameron journey to wellness. When you turn 35 years old, next July 12th, 2025, it's going to be a different Cameron. It's going to be you, the same loving, caring Cameron, but it's going to be a strong Cameron, the one with a force to be reckoned with. You are going to be that force to be reckoned with. I guarantee it. Shalom, shalom. Love you so much, son. Let's do this thing.